How you doing, Real Motivation? Terrence McKinney back. Today is the first day of a new show that we're gonna be airing from now on my channel called Hometown Heroes. In this show, I'm gonna interview regular people that obtain success in a current field. They could be entrepreneurs, they could be businessmen, or anybody just successful in the job that they are currently at. And today on our first show, our first guest is going to be Brandon Mathis. Brandon Mathis is a good friend of mine, and he's an entrepreneur, and he has his hands in everything. He has his hands in real estate. He owns Vending Machine, and he even just started up his own moving company. And so today we're gonna pick his brain and figure out what drives him and what motivates him. Real motivation, Mr. Brandon Mathis. I'm just gonna call him B because this my homie, and I really can't go through the whole interview calling him Brandon. So if you hear me calling him B, that's why. So B, we're gonna get right into it. My first question is, what do you draw your motivation from?
Pretty much myself. I think it all came about, I say like about 15 years ago. I get a thrill out of just me, like accomplishing the goal, or just me doing something good to make myself feel good. So, I mean, just me being humble and staying on top of what I had my mind set to do and just accomplishing.
I told our audience in your introduction about how you was an entrepreneur and you had your hands in a little bit of everything. So you want to dive in a little bit and tell us about let's tell the people a little bit about some of the stuff that you got going on right now.
Oh well, for pretty much so, I do have rental property. Plan to expand that situation on that level. Vice versa to that, I do have some vending machines. Really, that's pretty much like my secret weapon for the most part. What I got keep up under the shelf for right now. And I got a moving company. I'm straight hands on everything I do, and got my own truck business going up and going. And for the most part, I got something else, but that's wait for later in the show for me to get to that though.
Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you see he named off a lot of stuff. So. I'm gonna go back to the real estate. Tell me how that came about and maybe some struggles you being a young black man owning property. Tell me about how that came about and any struggles you had to come through or overcome to get that.
Well, struggles is always struggles. I'm gonna say it took about 5 years and work. From the ground bottom. I mean, as far as like credit, the right people to talk to. I mean, everybody want to say they can help you, but they really not the person that can help you in your situation. I mean, they can give you help, but I mean, you have to find out what's best for you and what direction you moving in. And I really sat down with somebody that really got me together as far as patching up a little stuff from my past. And really pretty much putting everything in perspective and moving forward in it. And that probably was that for the most part.
And I just want to make sure the audience heard that. You heard that 5 years. I mean, because people will see you do something and they'll think it was overnight. But I just want y'all to understand how much you got to be dedicated to the grind to stick with something for 5 years. Was that a hard time for you?
Yeah, I'm going to say yeah, due to the fact of just how my own personal life was going and the direction it was headed. So it was like, it pretty much kind of like, it was like, a gift with the curse, you know what I'm saying? So, it was times where my mind was thinking to push faster at a situation where I had to wait for my, basically my calling to be called on to go to that next step to accomplishing things as far as going to classes, home buyers programs, speaking down with people, just feeding up a lot of knowledge and information that I need to do. Because like I said, I'm very hands-on at a lot of things I do. So the construction part, and just following along on that. Because you got people out here that will pretty much tell you what you don't need despite of seeing where you at as far as like what your pocket's looking like.
See, that sounds to me though like you kind of was investing in yourself also, because I mean, for you to be going to classes and that's investing in yourself. Is am I correct?
Yeah, yeah. For the most part, anything you gotta do, you gotta pretty much invest in yourself. I pretty much learned that like um, I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say about 2014, 15. Um, it came to my knowledge. Um, I played lottery. I like to gamble. Um, Playing lottery and store I went to where all the time. And the guy's like, why you play so many numbers? Like, shoot, I'm trying to hit them big, you know. So he kind of pretty much threw the blueprint of saying like, take half of what you play and keep in your pocket and put it towards you, and take half what you play and put it towards if you hit it big. That way you hit something and nothing. If the outcome comes that you didn't get nothing, so you will have something. And I kind of looked at it and I was like, you know what? There is nobody that, well, there haven't been anybody that I've seen that was Arabic or whatever, whatnot, to pretty much kind of give you a leeway of interest of a direction of a situation like that. And they don't govern their money for any sources. So I took that in perspective and started saving up. So as I was saving up, like I said, I started putting more into me and started venturing away from the numbers. But at times I do go play that number though.
Right.
Gotta play that number though.
Right. Okay. So now that you own property, what is it like being a landlord?
You know what? It's a lot to it. Like I said, from time to time, hands on. Everything's just hands on. Knowing the people that you want as a tenant. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much kind of like, I don't judge a book by its cover, but at the same time, some things they do have to follow in accordance. It's not just because I got somewhere that I'm gonna let anybody stay. You know what I'm saying? And then, for the most part, it's not just like one by itself. It's another unit. So I have to pretty much just be in hands and knowing that you put good people around you, and they'll take care of you and things will come through, and just taking care of your property.
What you been, I know often sometimes when people in my position, they always think I'm young and I'm black and they want something for free. Do you experience that with, people knowing you're a landlord, trying to, get over or expecting something more than what they should get? Because I know all the time when people see me, that's what, it's like a built-in expectation that they get more than what they should get, or I should do something more for them just because of who I am.
Right, for sure. I mean, like I said, I too much don't talk about. This is probably the first time I really sat down and just pretty much gave out a lot of information for us what my mind at and what I done been doing. You get people once they don't know the groundwork. You know what I'm saying? So they want to be there when it's all lovely and lavish. You know what I'm saying? So of course they looking for that direction. I got a lot of calls once the news got broken that I had a place or whatnot, and I mean I don't have no problem saying no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that's what you gotta be. Sometimes you gotta separate business from a family relationship and a personal relationship, because at the same time some things don't mix together.
Right. You got to be selfish with your goals. That's all to it. Okay, so expand a little bit more on your moving business. How did that come about, and what's that consist of?
Oh, that's it's funny, cause actually my wife, she said something one time, and it was on that nature, and I pretty much was thinking about some other things, and I kind of do that. Like I pretty much, I don't sleep and dream. Like I dream up, and it's crazy because I have insomnia. I've been diagnosed, what I'm saying, that I need, that I have a sleeping disorder. So at the same time, certain things I only deal with as right now, and she had blew it past me. And I heard it as any husband will do, you know what I'm saying? Everything you hear, it sound good, but she mean well to the best interest. So at the same time, I pretty much wasn't in that direction of heading. Like I said, I still had the process of the thought of the real estate, you know. So that getting thrown on me was like to the side, you know, and it didn't hit me until when I did get the property and was trying to think to myself like, okay, all right, well, if I got the property, so the people got to move in. So how they gonna move in? They gonna need me too. So, in the most parts, I'm just following along. Like I'm a one-stop shop. You know what I'm saying? So you know that's how I took the upon of going back on them thoughts of what she said, and was like, you know what? Yeah, like I gotta keep that in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like why pay somebody to move them in when I can be the one to move you in? You know what I mean? Despite all the situation is what's going on or whatever, whatnot, just make everything symptomatic.
That right there is called putting a monopoly on your business and capitalizing off of one thing, and that's multiple sources of income. So, in the moving business, is just you moving, or do you got help?
I got help. I got help. You know, I got a partner of mine. He's been helping me. You know, for the start or whatever, whatnot. And he pretty much had his own in the past, but it was very successful in his direction and whatever, whatnot. And I think sometimes growth helps, and just like you working with somebody on the same level of knowing that you're willing to get hands on and get down to it as much as yourself. And I think me and him been pretty smooth. Everything been going pretty smooth. You know what I mean, for the most part. I do got an investor on that situation too, and he ain't hands on though. He ain't hands on. He ain't hands on. I love you to death. You know what I mean? Some people, everything ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he an investor. And you know what I mean? And he's part of it too. But you know, not here today to talk about him to disclose his name.
So vending machines. Indulge a little bit more on your vending machines. What does that consist of, and how did that come about?
Well, that came to me like it was an instant. Like I said, I a lot of times I dream when I'm just up. You know what I mean? So like my mind be racing, and certain things just pop in my head, like almost like a light bulb. Like I mean, it's crazy to say, but that's how it happened. And I was thinking about something because at the time, you know, the COVID stuff. It was a little bit before the COVID hit, and I worked at the night shift. You know, wifey ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? For real, for the most part. But that was my way in the door of that job, of that job. So she wanted me to switch shifts, but at the same time I was working a second job. So just trying to find that sense of income that come in to patch up, not too much patch up, but kind of put a bridge on that hole, the gap that I had as a straight path. You know what I'm saying? If I could pretty much put it it's almost like a bridge, like I said. You know what I mean? Making it to the other side of that big hole, and then everything else. And, the bridge will continue to get built on. As more shit come across it. Oh my bad.
Oh, you good, brother. Yeah. This ain't no PG show.
Okay,
We're here
right.
to motivate the people.
Yeah.
All right? If you feel passionate enough, and let it out. Whatever way your message gonna come. Yeah, we ain't PG-13.
Yeah.
The people gonna be motivated.
Yeah. So that's how that came about. And me going to sleep and not having to depend on less maintenance of me having to be around to making that money on that other end. So a vending machine it's almost like it's 24 hours. It's almost like as anything else, and it's having somebody work for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. That's the same. That's what I was just gonna say. It seemed like you got a lot of stuff going on to where you putting stuff up to where you making money while you sleep regardless. I mean, being the landlord, somebody got to pay you. You don't really, I mean, you got to oversee the property. You owning vending machines, somebody got to pay you. I mean, so is that a way just to free you up for more time, or what made you think like that?
No, it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't free up more time. It put in perspective. I just understanding and just going like at work. It just every time I passed the machines, I wasn't worried about what was in the machine. It was worried about like who owned these machines, like you know what I mean, like what really like who where they get these from. So I did my little research or whatnot, and it's actually outside vendors. You know what I'm saying? That put their stuff in places that are a business, own. So I was like, I'm gonna have to get into that. So I asked a lot of questions and did a lot of this and that, and I thought about it like not I just dove all in, like not even thinking about it, because I know once I spend the money, I gotta get it back.
And so, how do you balance? It seems like you got your hands full. So, how do you balance that with life and work at home? Like, being married and all. How do you find that right amount of balance?
Oh man, wow. That balance, that's not just one sided though. That can't come one sided. I mean, you've been around me, you know what I'm saying. I can stay busy. You know what I mean? Like we can stay busy and forget about the little things or whatnot, but it comes for the other better half. On once you get through that door and you change, it's almost like Superman. You know what I'm saying? I got on this cape all day. I'm saving everybody. You know what I mean? But when you go through that door, you go in that booth, you gotta change. It's time to be you, as in the little things of being together, and it comes, like I said, both. You have to find time just like you would find time anywhere else, and just build that relationship and keep everything going how it is. Cause obviously those are the things that got y'all together.
Correct. Tell the people about some of the stuff you had to sacrifice, and let them know what sacrifice looks like for you to attain the things you got.
Sacrifice. A lot. For one, the financial standpoint. Of course, a lot of things you have to spend money to get money. So I had, money. I ain't gonna say it was sitting around, but putting them in useful areas. Now, at that time of trying to get it back, it's gonna be very slow. Everybody expect, like you said, to get things back so fast, and that's not just gonna happen like that. I don't plan on things to be, lovey lavish the first 2 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm already just thinking like that 5 year mark and where everything should be at. So I had to sacrifice on the money aspect. Of course, the time, like I said, of being hands on. You have to be hands on. You have to know what you're talking about. You have to know what you're doing, because you're gonna get played. You're gonna get played. You're gonna get played, and you just gotta be ready for that situation and not take that negative. I mean that you gotta take that situation as not a negative, as a positive. You know what I mean? As learning, just like anything else. And I'm pretty open minded to that. So just talking to people and just being around people that that you probably wouldn't even hang with. You know what I mean? You'd be mighty surprised who the people who are in that field or have the knowledge that can give it to you. But just because you don't hang with them or you're not friends with them, they don't know how to approach you. They or who they are and you are you. So it's like a barrier of let your pride down. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to go out there and you should go get it. And I did, and I talked to a couple people, reached out to a lot of people, and just put my things together. And another thing was, like I said, time again, is because the staying up late. Well, I don't hardly sleep, so it be times you think that you should be doing something else, but your mind has not taken you in that place of where your body at. So you have to understand, where life taking you, and just the people around you, man. That's the most. You gotta have positive energy around you. Like I said, I don't talk too much. It's like if I thought about something, once I told you, I already done thought about doing something. So I'm like that step of doing it. I don't need that comfort. I just need to see who's in the corner when I'm ready to make that decision, because you have to have a strong backbone. as far as just me just being up late or being gone for numerous times of hours or not taking a vacation or not buying something or
A sacrifice. I mean, a lot of people don't understand that. I mean, you said keywords, and I know a lot of people our age and from our demographics and from our background, they don't. He said a lot of key points. I mean, sacrifice, not buying shoes, not buying clothes, or not doing this. And then earlier, he stated that you gotta reach out, branch out, and talk to people that don't look like you to get somewhere else, and talk to people. You got to break down them barriers, and I think that's a lot what we miss out on. We don't be communicating. We be scared just because somebody look different from us. We don't feel comfortable talking to them, and 9 times out of 10, that's the person who can help you. So. Talk to me a little bit more about that. I mean, because I just know, about some of the barriers you had to break, so the people out there that could understand some of the, obstacles you had to hurdle over.
Well, I mean, I'm not for one. Like I said, I mean, I ain't gonna say I'm not shy. So I never was a person who fit the eye of being a particular person. You know what I mean? So it's very hard to even understand and know like who I am if you never really sat down and talked to me. So me just being, just like I said, just being in places or being around certain people, it never was a issue, or dressing a certain way, or being, like I said, being in a certain place, or just not being where you're not comfortable at. So I really had. I mean, it wasn't too much of that hard for me, but I had to really pretty much, like I said, get a lot of notes and get stuff together, and like I said, put them into actions.
I was 25 years ago. How was you as a teenager, or kid? Was you always the go-getter, or did that happen over time?
Well, you already know. You already know I'm a go-getter. I mean, that goes all the way back, man. I'm gonna say, wow, man. I remember it was one Christmas, man. Mom Dukes didn't buy me. She said she wasn't gonna buy me nothing for Christmas. I was just like, yeah, you playing, you playing. And it came to that point where she really did, and I can think, and like I said, I take everything not negative and try to see, understand the process of the positive out of it, and then pulling my way through. And from that point on, and I end up, my mom's twin brother, he's in our past too. Well, my mom's passed, but my uncle's passed as well. He came to me and he told me one time, he said, if you buy yourself something, she can't tell you what to do with it. I said, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So from that point on, I just started venturing out, staying busy, going to work, working the job. I mean, I didn't care if I had to, T, you know what I mean? I have a car, you know what I mean? I rode the bike to the bus stop, put the bike on the bus, you know what I mean? Got on the bus, you know what I mean? So, or just walking back and forth, and I have a lot of time where I can think when I do things like that. And I'm kind of cool, but you have to self-motivate. I mean, there's nothing I think that I can't do. Like
Like, gotta have that winning mentality. You will never win if you ain't got the mentality.
Yeah, I think I can do anything, man, for the most part, if I want to do it. And I just say I'm just doing them. You know what I mean? It's just so happened that all these things, this is what people been getting paid for, and I've been doing it for free.
Smart man, capitalize off what you're doing. Okay, 10 years from now, where do you see yourself?
10 years. Oh, man.
Future, 10 years down the road.
10 years. I'm gonna still be me, meaning that I'm gonna still be there's no retiring. There's no retiring. I'm gonna still be a go-getter. Hopefully, I have like probably five more properties, or if 3. I ain't gonna expand too far much than I can't be able to put my hands on. Just knowing how the market is. The moving business, I pretty much been thinking about getting me another truck. You know what I mean? But with the workers, that's the thing. You know, so I'm kind of playing a mountain cat game with that. And then I got some other stuff lined up. Like I said, that you know that I'm already like pushing forward towards of like almost completing my whole day out. You know what I'm saying? For us like probably like 15 hours a day that's outside of work. You know what I mean? So I hope to hopefully be just really like pretty much active. You know, for the most part, of just going out and being able to be, like I say, hands on and doing what I had to do to keep everything above water.
Okay, we're gonna go into our closing remarks. What would you tell a young entrepreneur who 5 steps behind you right now? What would you tell them to stay focused on the path? What words of encouragement or advice you can give them?
Be humble. Be open-minded. Don't let yourself get to a point where you feel that it's over. As a lot of times I feel, you know what I mean. I kind of look back on a couple of things that you know, as far as what you got out, you know, the thinking like a boxer, you know, whatever, whatnot. Like, yeah, I done failed many times, but y'all only see the outcome of the situation. So just get back up and just go a little harder. I mean, I'm not in there for no reason. And just be dedicated, man. Just be dedicated and trusting yourself. I mean, there's many things that you done did. When you go to work, you done stay dedicated going to work, making sure you was on time to go to work, making sure that you wore the right appropriate clothes for, you know, having to wash them if they need washing, or buying what you need to buy to start out on that job. Let's just do the same for yourself, man. Just go that much farther to start, you know, going deep in the process of doing what you have to do in the field that's best for you. Yeah.
Real motivation. There you have it. Thanks again.
Oh yeah. And like I said, I did say I had something else going on.
Okay, hold on. He finna let the cat out the bag on something else. What is that?
I'm a DJ. Yeah. I got studio equipment and everything. I'm a DJ. It came to me the next day after my party. It came to me. And I don't remember too much of that day, but that next day, everything ran in perspective.
This is how you been entertaining jobs as a DJ?
Oh yeah, I done already had a little opening. Yeah, I had a little icebreaker. Everything going smooth, man. For the most part, man. You know, I ain't never had no problem like being a part of the party. You know what I mean? So I had that thought, why didn't I get paid to be the party? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, like everything I do or everything that I think that I could do, I know I'm gonna do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Multiple sources of income. Don't stop at one hustle. You need more than one to make it out here. So you hear from my friend right here. He stay busy and he keep his hands full. So I mean, there you have it. Y'all have a great day.